In this video, I'll be sharing with you this stack of packages from Whatnot, and boy, did I get some great deals. Let's go. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is John, and you're watching Old Stuff is Cool. So, I've been finding some really great deals on Whatnot. I think part of it is some good timing, and part of it is just dumb luck. But I'm very excited to share with you 3 packages from 2 new-to-me sellers, and I think we should just get right into it. So this first package comes to us courtesy of Toynity, and I'll be sure to leave the seller information all in the description below. So we've got a very solid box, good solid packing. I've already unpacked it just to go through and check the packages. And let me get these books out here. So funny story with this one, I'm always keeping in the back of my mind the shipping costs of Whatnot, and I guess eBay and other online purchases. So if I was going to get one book from a seller, especially a new seller, I kind of want to be able to bank that I can get at least 3 or 4 comics or enough books to trigger free shipping if that's an option. Either way, I want to maximize and spread out the shipping cost over a number of books. But I had to pull the trigger, and usually I save the most exciting book from the end, but in this case, for most of the packages, I'll probably be sharing with you my most excited book in the haul right at the start. So that's definitely the case here. I've been hunting for Daredevil, number 257, featuring a classic cover by John Romita Jr. With Daredevil and Punisher facing off. So keeping my eye out for this one, and in the end, no one was bidding for it, and I was able to secure this for $1. So you best be sure that I kept on watching to see what else I could get to add to this order. And over the course of a few, maybe like an hour or two, I had it on in the background while doing some work or eating some lunch. I actually also picked up two of the free giveaways. And let's start with those. First up is Wonder Woman 52. And I'm a Wonder Woman fan. I have not read this one. I think Steve Orlando is the writer of this. And really just a bonus to win any giveaways on a Whatnot show. The other bonus book I got was Amazing Spider-Man issue 685. This is a duplicate, however. I was reading this comic, month to month, had it on my pull list. So I don't know, maybe we'll leave this one, maybe we'll put a little package together and do a little giveaway for this channel in the near future. Moving on, I got this variant cover of All New Wolverine. That's some Jim Lee art. That is Archangel from, I believe it's the first set of X-Men cards from 1990, 1991. For $1, I wasn't going to pass up on some sweet Jim Lee art. Again, just to kind of spread out the cost of the shipping. Also got for $1 Mark Spector, Moon Knight, issue number 8. We've got our boy Punisher over there. Funny, Punisher showing up here, as well as with Daredevil. And then we've got Power Man and Iron Fist, issue 100. Very cool cover. I think this has some significance, besides being a neat painted cover here. I think it is the origin of like Kunlun or something. I'll be sure to double check that and correct myself if that's the case. And last but not least, we have an issue of Amazing Spider-Man during the Brand New Day story arc, issue 552. And this features the first appearance of the villain Freak. I read this, the whole Brand New Day storyline, primarily through the library, either digitally or I just borrowed the trade paperbacks. So in the end, this stack of comics shipped very well, shipped in a timely fashion also, and it came out to a total of $18.40 shipped. So not too bad, especially getting that Daredevil book, a run that you guys know I'm working on. Getting this for $1, man, what a treat, and it's in great condition too. And then the next 2 packages actually comes from the same seller. It's actually fellow YouTuber Patriot Comics, and I actually bought, I think, an order of 3 comics back during a Black Friday sale that I think I just ran out of time and didn't share it. It also just, it didn't really fit in with any other like online purchases. I mean, in general, I try to group these things to make sense, but this is my second and third purchase from Patriot Comics. He's had a great video series covering this huge collection of books that he picked up. Again, I'll be sure to leave both his Whatnot page as well as his YouTube channel in the description below, because he got some great books. I mean, just as a teaser, there's a giant size X-Men #1, there's an X-Men 94, and other big boy books that I'd love to have in my collection one day. Those are not the kind of books I got this time around, but they are definitely runs that I'm working on and feature some of my favorite characters. So let's go with this first package from Patriot Comics. And I definitely have to mention, there's a lot of care and attention paid to how these books were packed. I would say probably one of the best. And I've ordered from quite a number of different sellers, but I would rank Patriot Comics up there as far as like most protected, most solid shipping. So we've actually got a set of 4 Daredevil comics. Again, the one that got me in and watching was Daredevil issue 270, the first appearance of Blackheart, son of Mephisto. This is a book that I've been hunting for a while, and it's always a little bit more than I wanted to pay. I think in the end, before shipping, I was able to snag this for like $5, $4 or $5, which super solid, my book. But this was a whole Daredevil show. So as I mentioned, Patriot Comics is going through the various boxes. He's gone through, things that he's kept for his own PC and basically trying to sell off the parts of the collection that, that need to move on. So I've got some classic issues here. First, issue 150. And that is the first appearance of Paladin, who I definitely have mentioned at some point. A lesser known character, but he'll show up with other street level characters. He was over in Amazing Spider-Man. I think that's probably the last time I talked about him, but he's definitely popped up and played an interesting part in maybe like Heroes for Hire and other books like that. Then we have issue 152. I do believe, that's Patriot again on the cover. And then last but not least, we have issue 154. So kind of a nice little block of books right there. These are Bronze Age Daredevil books, which actually I don't have a lot of, that part of the run. So kind of cool to get these at a good price. They were probably around, I think like $3 to $4 each. So after shipping, this entire order came out to $24.82. Last but not least, the third and final package, also from Patriot Comics, is in a medium flat rate box. This one is all Spider-Man. And, I thought 2025, Year of the Spider, we were maybe slowing down with that, but I have just been running into, just good deals for Spider-Man books. And most of these books I was able to get for, probably, again, that same price point of $3 to $4. So, taking this out. I'll have to mention, too, with the space filler in here, just an expert use of different foams and bubble wrap. Again, I would not hesitate, just for security alone. I would not hesitate to order from Patriot Comics. So really, if it's not apparent, very ringing endorsement here from me. The first book, you might have caught a little sneak peek of it. I'm trying to get all the issues of Kraven's Last Hunt, and this is one of the last ones I needed. It is Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man, issue 132. Featuring Peter battling vermin in the sewers. I'm sure you can smell this scene from your seat at home or wherever you're watching. But very happy to find this. This one was $3, I believe. So that's fine in my book. Then I got this little bundle, also of Spectacular Spider-Man. A bundle of 3. That was $6, so $2 each. We have issue 104. Issue 105 and issue 106. Really like that cover, and 105 and 106 also featured Janet Van Dyne, aka the Wasp. Nothing crazy in these issues, but I've mentioned I really like this era of Spectacular Spider-Man. Some awesome covers. I see like Al Milgrom did some of these. So again, to pad out my order, happy to grab these. And then finally, we have some awesome, amazing Spider-Man books. We've got probably like a lower grade copy of issue 169. It's a Whitman variant, which I realize from this era are the books with the diamond instead of the standard regular rectangular box. Issue 169, besides J. Jonah Jameson just looking like a maniac here, it's notable because it features a letter from Frank Miller in the letters pages. So That's a fun little tidbit there. Then we've got issue 203, featuring our girl Dazzler of the Uncanny X-Men. And then issue 205, featuring the Black Cat. And this is very early on. I think Black Cat was only introduced a few issues before. This might be, I want to say, like her 4th or 5th appearance. So very early on in the tenure of that character. Then this one is a upgrade to a pretty beat up copy I had in my collection. This is issue 292. Besides the goofy looking Spider Slayer on the front, this is the second marriage proposal from Peter to MJ, and MJ actually accepts. So that's nice, makes you feel all fuzzy inside. And then last but not least, I couldn't pass up on this Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 13 featuring Doc Ock. Yeah, so some great Spidey issues here, Copper and Bronze Age type books, and it got me wanting to read some older ASM too. So I was recommended the Roger Stern run, which I have a good chunk of issues already, but I think I want to read that from the start. And I think what I'm excited about is the buildup of Hobgoblin and kind of, I think, a kind of back to basics approach. I don't know. I've heard great things about it, so inspired by picking up these books to do some reading in that part of Spider-Man history. So great group of books there. I think it's really hard for me to pass up on some good Spidey issues, Amazing Spider-Man issues, that is, for $3. I mean, I see it usually easily overpriced. Sometimes it's like a nothing, non-key issue featuring the Beyonder for $10. So $3 all day from a trusted seller. I'm gonna jump on that. The total for this last package from Patriot Comics was $33.21. Yeah, so that's my roundup of recent orders from Whatnot. Now, just a few tips for those who either are not familiar with Whatnot or maybe you're just dipping your toes in there. I'm usually looking at shows that have 20 or less people, and extra points if you are on a flexible work schedule and you're watching at a off-peak time, like during working hours or something. I think that's where you can find a lot of the deals. And of course, be wary because, you know, if there's another viewer, buyer in the same show as you, I mean, a bidding war may very well happen. So do a little research or do what you can. If you have a computer on the side, if you're on your phone, whatever the case might be, have an idea of what, you know, the highest price you want to pay, and then don't go past it, because there's definitely a competitive edge that, I mean, obviously it's good for the seller, but not good for those of us trying to keep the price low, just wanting to win the bidding war. But overall, a very good buying experience from these two sellers. Wouldn't hesitate to recommend them to you. So again, the links are down below. Let me know if you guys, have you bought from Whatnot before? Are you trying to steer clear from it? Let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Take care.